Biobus Canada, we produce pollinators and beneficial insects. So I've got some nematodes on display at my booth and some bumblebees. So we have a new product that's a western bumblebee species, Bombus huntii, and we've been using it in cranberries and blueberry fields. Out east, they've been using Bombus impatiens for a long time in those crops, and finally we've learned how to rear a western species so it can be used in the field in BC. So my wonderful demo is sleeping still, and there's a few wasps flying around. I invite everyone to come back a bit later. We need about 12 degrees for them to start flying. So Biobus produces a new species that we've just started rearing, a western species of bumblebee called Bombus huntii, and it's used to supplement pollination in cranberries and blueberries. And they're fantastic pollinators of vaccinium species in general because they buzz pollinate. They are feeding on the pollen and the nectar and taking it back to their hives, and they can't travel that far. So they have a range of 500 meters to 1,700 meters. So they stay close to your crop, and they're bringing all of those resources back to their hive for the current hive needs. They're not building up honey stores for the winter, so they don't need a crop with tons of nectar. Some people ask me and are concerned that you put the bees there, but maybe they're going to the blackberries or finding another patch of wildflowers. But 78% of the pollen on the bees was cranberry pollen. So first of all, benefits of bumblebees. They are excellent buzz pollinators in blueberry and cranberry crops. And work alongside honeybees. I would never suggest replacing honeybees. They are fantastic. There's millions of them. But bumblebees kind of work alongside, and they work on a dreary day like this. They'll go through the whole day. So that's where people have seen differences in the field. On a sunny day, honeybees will be out, bumblebees will be out. But on a cooler day, the bumblebees will be out all day, and the honeybees might just be inside resting. They also don't require as much nectar and pollen because they're not storing up a lot of supplies to overwinter. They all die in the fall, and nothing needs to survive through the winter besides the queen. So diversity in pollinators in your crop is a great thing because different species have different roles to play, and the bumblebees have fewer numbers, but they're more efficient pollinators of the cranberry flowers. And you can see inside the hive here that those round yellowish balls are where a larva is developing inside. So if a cranberry grower would like to get started with bumblebees in their field, we would recommend they contact us as early as possible in the fall, actually, because our production cycle is very long. It's actually about 8 months long. So the more notice we have, the better, and that way we can forecast the hives. And then all you need is some places to put the hives within your fields. They can either be on the dikes or in the field, and just on a pallet covered with a thin sheet of plywood is the most maintenance they need. And then they're put out there at the beginning of bloom at about 5% bloom, and they can be removed from the field when bloom is finished.